Hello guys, my name is Windo Gallian. I am a machine learning engineer, and when I started this career, like transitioning from software engineering to machine learning or machine learning engineering, I had difficulties selecting the topics that I should revise. Prior to this, I was doing biochemistry and software engineering, so I had a lot of math knowledge, but I needed to know what should I refresh, what else should I know more to get my foot in the door. But after being in the field for a while, I decided to put together all the essentials linear algebra that you need to get your foot in the door. So today we're going to tackle the determinant. Why? This is the most important topic that you must know and master, and play around with several exercises as much as you can to just get your hands to get your hands dirty, or get your mind to get used to a certain pattern that'll help you get the determinant of a 2 by 2, which is gonna be the foundation that'll help us get the 3 by 3 and a 4 by 4 and so forth. So the first exercise is gonna be to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. Let's consider we are finding the determinant of A, which is a 2 by 2 matrix holding 3, 2, and this element. There is a mental formula that you can use to get this faster. And what is it? The product of this minus the product of this. So if you do, it's gonna be this, right? Here, if you wanna get the determinant of A, is 9 minus 4, which means our determinant is 5. That's just mentally. But there is a formula in algebra that you can use. And having this as you are trying to understand and trying to solve from a 2 by 2 to a 3 by 3 and going forward, it will be worth knowing the formula if you don't want to just do it mentally. So the formula will be, we're going to consider G as a matrix, a 2 by 2 matrix holding A, B, C, and D elements. So its determinant is gonna be equal to this, the cross product of this. So we're going to do we take the cross products and deduct it. So we're going to have AD minus CB. And if you apply this to this, you're going to get 5, because we're going to have 3 times 3 minus 2 times 2, and this is equal to 5. So 5 here is equal to the same 5 here. So by knowing this formula, you can easily go from solving a 2 by 2 to a 3 by 3. The next exercise is going to be getting the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. So let's go to that. I'll get rid of this and leave the formula. So we are getting our matrix M, which is a 3 by 3 matrix. It's going to have 9 elements. So we're going to have 2, 1, 3, 1, 0, 4, 2 minus 1, and 2. There you go. We got our 3 by 3 matrix. How do you get a determinant of this? You will have to select a row and a column, and then use the cofactors to get the determinant. But there is another rule applied to this. We should know that the first row is positive, the second is negative, the third is positive, and moving forward that way. The same applies to the this is on the column, and the same is going to be applied to the rows. So when we're trying to get this using the cofactor, it means if we select this column and this row, our determinant of M is going to be equal to 2 times the determinant of this, because we are excluding the first row and the first column. So we're going to have 0, 1, and we're going to have here -1 and 2. So the second element is negative, so we're going to have -1 times. We're going to exclude this column and this row, so we're going to have 4, 1, and 2, 2. So the third is positive, so it's going to be +3. And here we're going to have to exclude the last column in the first row, so we're going to have 4, 0, 2, -1, and that term. So how do you get this? You apply this formula. That's why I kept it here. So we're going to get 2 times. Here we're going to have 0 minus 1, which is 1. So here we're getting 1 for this. It means 1 times 2, which is going to be equal to 2. So this one is checked. We're going to go here. Here we're having 8 minus how much? -2, which is 6. So 6 times -1 is -6. This also is checked. So we're going to go to the last one. And here we're going to have 4 -0. So -4 -0. And this is going to give us -4. -4 times 3 is going to give us -12. And this is also checked. So now we are having our last, our determinant of M, which was a 3 by 3 matrix, is going to be equal to 2 minus 6, which is -4. -4 minus 12, this is going to be -16. This is using our mental method or formula that actually interprets the algebra formula that we have for a 3 by 3 matrix. I'm going to put it down below here, and if you go ahead and swap the letters by numbers of our matrix here, you'll get the same answer. So below here I'll say consider G is, or in this case I'm going to put O or N as a 3 by 3 matrix holding 9 elements, and we're going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. We are going to use cofactors by selecting our first row and first column, knowing that this is negative, positive, negative, positive. That simply means this is going to be equal to A. We ignore the first row and the first column, and this is going to give us the determinant of E, F, and H, I. Now when we go to B, B is a negative, so we're going to have minus B, and we're going to have here the determinant. We're going to ignore this column and this row, so we're going to have DF and GI. The third one is positive, so it's going to be plus C, which means we're going to ignore still the first row and the last column, and we're going to have DE and GH. If you swap this with the numbers, you are going to get -16 for our determinant. And this is equal to this. So understanding how to get a 2 by 2 matrix leads you to knowing how you can solve a 3 by 3, because here we're just applying cofactors, and when we are applying cofactors, we get this kind of data or statements. I'm calling this statement because I'm used to programming. This is what we get when you apply the cofactors, and you just have to get the 2 by 2 and multiply it by by this cofactor, the factor over here, and this by this, and this by this, and then you'll finally get something like 16 for this kind of 3 by 3 matrix with the exact same elements. And if you use the formula, because this is the interpretation of the formula, we'll still get 16. So knowing this, you already know how to use cofactors, and that's all. You can move to a 4 by 4. A 4 by 4, it means we are going to have a cofactor of a 3 by 3 matrix. And you know how to solve a 3 by 3 matrix, which is gonna ask you to apply your knowledge of solving a 2 by 2 matrix, and you should be good to go. So I'm gonna leave this 4 by 4 as your homework. Just take your notes book and a pen, start solving slowly. And let's go machine learning, let's go data science, let's go transitioning. It is great.